One is constantly struck by how many people who declare themselves champions of free speech are, in practice, advocates of its opposite. The moment someone utters an opinion that strays from the orthodoxy of the day, the apparatchiks of outrage assemble, their megaphones primed, their torches lit. In recent years, no figure has demonstrated this more vividly than J.K. Rowling, a writer whose only crime is to insist, calmly and clearly, that words still mean what they mean, and that women's rights are not to be dissolved by fiat or fashion. Rowling's critics, who prefer the easy thrill of denunciation to the hard labour of debate, claim that she traffics in bigotry. But if one troubles to examine what she has actually said, one finds a series of measured interventions in defense of two things that any civilized society ought to hold sacrosanct: the right to free expression and the hard-won dignity of women. These are, to borrow Orwell's phrase, common decencies. The ferocity with which she has been pursued is itself evidence of the problem she diagnoses. She has been told she must be silent, silence being the highest virtue of the age, because her speech, we are told, is dangerous. Yet the danger lies not in what she says, but in what her opponents demand, a linguistic coup d'etat in which plain words like woman and mother are declared contraband. The policing of language, one might recall, is the first step toward the policing of thought. It is worth noting here that my good friend and ally Richard Dawkins, no shrinking violet when it comes to defending reason against dogma, has come to Rowling's side in this quarrel. Dawkins, with whom I once shared a platform against theocratic bullying, sees clearly that the new orthodoxy is not a liberation, but a regression, a dogma draped in progressive garb. That a man of Dawkins's intellect and reputation should speak for Rowling is not an argument from authority, but it is a reminder that one need not be conservative, nor reactionary, nor even particularly sentimental to see the absurdity and authoritarianism of the current climate. Rowling has endured a campaign of vilification that would make Torquemada envious, yet she has not retreated, nor has she bargained with her detractors. This, I think, is the true cause of the fury directed at her. Many public figures buckle, issue apologies written by committee, and genuflect before the mob. Rowling has done the unfashionable thing. She has stood firm. That, more than anything, is what her pursuers cannot forgive. In sum, Rowling's defense of women's rights is not an attack on anyone unless one counts as an attack the refusal to tell lies. Her insistence on free speech is not a luxury, but a necessity, for without it, women's rights, indeed all rights, are fragile ornaments waiting to be smashed by the next tide of unreason. That her enemies dress their demands in the language of compassion should not mislead us. As ever, censorship and coercion come first with smiles and later with shackles. Rowling's stance, then, is not merely defensible, it is indispensable.